This is the new project, the new addition to the channel. 92 Honda Civic CX. And it's a little raised up in the back for a specific reason. We're doing a rear-wheel drive Honda Civic. So I got a little carried away. I got the K20 in. Of course, it's not mounted. I still have to do the EG subframe, which I have. Just need to get a couple bolts before I start mocking it up and getting it all put together. But I just pushed this under just to make sure that everything lines up. So this is how it looks on the other end. Just a simple K20 engine bay. Nothing's put together officially, but we'll just test fit and go from here. So I have the EG subframe all bolted up, the steering column, everything. So basically this thing is already converted to EG. It had the EK subframe, but that's no longer in there. I'm gonna strip down all those brake lines, those fill lines, the return, the feed, whatever, brake lines, all that extra hoses down there. I'm gonna delete that. I'm going to get rid of the clutch, the slave, and the line that goes all the way over there. The dash is already swapped out. The gauge is going away. A little stereo is going to be put on. Basically, I took off the DX1 or the CX1. I'm going with this one because that's what I have available. This is the EX. This one has the airbag. Other than that, there's no difference. I'll be removing the fenders. I'll be installing a hood latch. I'll be getting all the whole front situated. So I have a bunch of things removed. Of course, I went ahead and removed all the brake lines, the clutch line, throttle cable. I basically have that all right here, even the shift linkage. I installed the sandwich plate and the shifter, which has to go backwards because it's going to be mounted to the front. Time to install this. So I went ahead and bolted it all up. I ran it. I made sure that the grommet was there, and I do have all the little clips. So now I have it all bolted up. Basically, I'm gonna close it, locked up in there. Yes, sir. Okay, so we have this harness on the driver's side already loomed. This is the driver's side. Everything's ready to be routed. So my attempt is to route it through that hole right there that's covered. That'll go to the inside. It'll come out, go up through the little chute right there, all the way through the back and out on this end. Now that it's pulled through, I'll go ahead and start trying to tuck it up in here and just make sure I got enough length. But here we go. So I ran the wiper and the brake cap. So you've seen the subframe getting replaced. Seeing that I did the shifter cables, shifter box, and I did the dash. I basically installed the engine in there with a mock-up transmission, which was basically a housing. It was no internals. It's time to really check over the transmissions that I got. Hopefully I can piece one together, which I have a 5-speed, but I'm looking more to a 6-speed. That way I can make this hoe go sideways. But without further ado, let's go check out the transmission. I have a 6-speed R6 Type S transmission. The great thing about this one though, it's LSD. So if you notice that little washer, whatever you want to call that, it's an M factory LSD. So let's take this apart, see what I need to replace, and then we'll go from there. Alright, so this is the main shaft. So this gear, which is first, reverse, and second's on the main shaft. So the main shaft is trash, which I guess I'll just use it as an alignment tool now on. That's trash. All the pieces are right here. Alright, so on my counter shaft, could have sworn I seen a tooth. That was bad. There we go. So on the counter shaft, these two teeth are bad. What I'll be looking for is a main shaft and that one. The synchros don't look too bad, so I'm not gonna mess with the synchros at all. Once I start tearing this apart and I have what I need, that's when I'll know exactly what to order. But for the meantime, I'm going to take this apart the rest of the way, clean it up, paint the housing, and get these parts swapped over. So I'll probably just go ahead and replace these while I'm at it. I have to clean everything just to make sure that there's no shavings on any of the rest of the parts, but I reversed all the stacks, all removed. I'll continue on this one, and you'll see a little bit more of the progress on this one whenever I get the main shaft and I get the gears to replace on the counter shaft. So this is it for the meantime. On to the next.